Hey guys, wanted to show you the process of converting a smoker into a cold smoker. This is the Masterbuilt extra wide propane unit. I love these things. This one unfortunately was not as reliable as it needed to be for me, mostly because I take it with me all the time to barbecue jobs. I load it up in the back of my vehicle, and because of that, the legs get bent funny, and it's really just treated the way it's probably not supposed to be treated. So what it started happening is one of the legs started pulling out of the really out of the bottom of the unit, not in a way that I could just buy new bolts or put new screws in it, but in a way that was basically going to require either welding or cutting a new piece of metal. I wasn't willing to do that, partially because I've been wanting to build a cold smoker for a while, so I figured this would be the perfect candidate. I have lots of shelves because I have multiple units, and the thing will give me a lot of capacity, which is fantastic. So the process is pretty simple. You dig a hole, you connect the smoker and the hole with something. In this case, I'm using aluminum ducting. I would suggest aluminum over galvanized, even though it's a few dollars more. It's not really a dramatic difference, but galvanized metal can off-gas some toxic fumes. Now, everything I've read suggests that it's a really high temperature when that starts happening, but I would prefer to not even have to worry about it. So aluminum it is, and so you dig a hole. You can even throw your fire straight down in the hole. I decided to have an extra Smoky Joe sitting around the yard. Might as well put it to good use. So put the Smoky Joe in the hole, light the coals, put some wood on it in there, and then dig a little trough so that the ducting can run the way I need it to run, and then hook it into the bottom of the unit. Just like that, you got a cold smoker. Let's see how it works. Put the coals. Not sure if you can tell if they're nice ashed over. Only 4 coals, or only 4 briquettes. Now, that's terrible, the way that those poured out. So, I'm going to need to there we go. I'll just use a spatula. You want to kind of put these together as best as possible. There we go. And you don't need too many. All you need to do is generate smoke. And then I have some hickory chunks right here. I'll start with these smaller ones. We'll just set them on them. Nothing too particular about it. This larger chunk, this might be a little too big. So, well, we'll toss it on and we'll see what happens. How about that? Okay, and then I'm going to give it a minute to let that heat up. Give it just a second longer. And then we'll put the lid on it. That's looking real nice. Okay, so now, in essence, we're just making sure that these holes line up with that vent. All right, so we're on. And you can actually see the kettle churning out some of that smoke. It's okay if all of it doesn't go the way that you want. Let's see if we can. So you can see there's a little bit escaping. Not a ton. If you're worried about it, we can try to tighten that seal a little better. Let's see how we're doing over on the smoker. Oh, excellent. I see smoke coming out already. Oh, yeah. Let me get to the other side so it's backlit. So this is, this is exceptional. So you can see down there, the kettle is smoking. But goodness, check out the box. So this is working perfectly. Let's open it up. Oh man. Yeah. It doesn't get much better than that. There's no better way to see how this thing works than by actually trying it. So have some smoked cheese in, and it looks like it's doing great. The thing you got to watch out for when it comes to cold smoking is just making sure the temperature's low. You don't want it above 90 degrees. In this case, it's a really nice 70-degree day, and you can see on the thermometer we're under 100 degrees by a good amount, and that's what we're shooting for. So hopefully this video is helpful, and even it'll encourage you to find a use for that old smoker that's no longer doing what you need it to do.